Live from the campus of Penn State University, this is PSN News. It's Wednesday, September 20th. We have all you need to know about changes in voter registration in the Commonwealth, as well as details on low-income housing plans for the town.
We also have more on a recent drug bust in Center County, along with weather, sports, and entertainment. Stay tuned.
Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Olivia Jean.
And I'm Brendan Conroy.
Governor Shapiro announced this week that eligible Pennsylvania voters will now be automatically registered to vote when they get a driver's license or an ID card. This is part of a nationwide bipartisan effort to increase voter turnout ahead of the 2024 presidential election. Although the DMV has offered an opt-in for voter registration since 1993, now Pennsylvanians have to actively opt out of it.
Several mosquitoes in the Center County area have tested positive for the West Nile virus. The Center County Mosquito Disease Control Program says further surveillance and sampling is being conducted. The borough recommends that residents inspect their yards, reduce any clutter, and dump out any stagnant water, as well as wear mosquito repellent. These same residents are being urged to contact their local municipality to help promote cleaning up.
Last Monday, the State College Borough Council approved the Home Investment Partnership Program. The program aims to build new properties in State College that will provide home ownership opportunities for low-income and median-income citizens. The project is part of the Pennsylvania Department of Community and Economic Development and will require 4 grants. The project is estimated to finish construction in 2025.
A Johnstown man was arrested at a traffic stop in Center County last week as he was attempting to transport drugs all the way from New York. Tony R. Jones attempted to flee the scene while being arrested, injuring a state trooper in the process. The cause for the stop and search was a strong odor of marijuana and an improper tint on his car windows. Jones was also found with multiple cell phones in his vehicle. Although denying smoking marijuana or having anything illegal on him at first, he then admitted to having just over 2 pounds of cocaine and a pound of marijuana. Jones was charged with felony counts of possession and aggravated assault, along with numerous other charges. It's whiteout weekend here in State College, and fans are ready to fill the seats of Beaver Stadium come Saturday night. What weather can we expect to see as we prepare for the main event? Anchor Luke Scherler with Campus Weather Service has the details. Take a look.
From the students of the Department of Meteorology and Atmospheric Science, here is your Penn State Campus Weather Service forecast.
Good evening, everyone. I'm student meteorologist Luke Scherler here with your Wednesday evening forecast. Taking a look outside at Beaver Stadium, you see pretty nice conditions outside. Barely any clouds as we have our tents setting up for the big whiteout game this weekend. It's currently 73 degrees and it feels like 73 with our dew points at 48 degrees. It's a very fall-like feel out there today. And taking a look across the region, you see temperatures and dew points are pretty much the same as us. Upper 60s to lower 70s and dew points around 50. So a very nice crisp fall day. And taking a look across the state, you see we have Philadelphia and Pittsburgh, our warm spots right now at 75 degrees. And those clear skies are continuing throughout the whole state. Not much to talk about on the radar as of right now. So the whole state is experiencing nice clear skies. And this will continue for about the next 36 hours. As you can see, tonight we'll drop down into the upper 40s. A few chances of patchy fog throughout the region. But then tomorrow, basically the same as today, upper 70s to mid 70s as we have barely clouds in the sky. A few chances of scattered rain showers, but nothing to worry about or to impact your day. And as we go into Thursday night, see maybe some more patchy fog into our north as we get into the lower 40s, but not much to talk about. But as you can see, we have some clouds here Friday afternoon that could be moving into our area. Now, if looking to our upper level heights, you can see we have about areas of high pressure that have been nice in keeping these clear conditions throughout most of the week. But as we hit into the Friday, you can see we have a low pressure system that is going to develop into our area and then move up into the coast for this weekend. Now this could disturb our nice peaceful weather and give us some clouds and even a chance for rain for this weekend. Now, that was the GFS model, which we've shown here in the green. We also want to look at the European model also. So the GFS right now has our center of low pressure a little bit more to the north. This could give us more clouds and even the chance of rain for us on Saturday, as I stopped to here at 7:30 kickoff time for Saturday. But the European model shows it a little bit to the south. So this could mean that we have clear skies throughout the day on Saturday and maybe some slight clouds at game time. As we go into the weekend, this areas will move off into sea, except for the GFS. Maybe it could impact us a little bit more onto the day on Monday. So this is our GFS model, the one that was a little bit to the north. This shows what we were seeing, how we could have a chance of rain throughout most of the day on Saturday, especially for the eastern parts of the state. But 9 o'clock around game time, there's still that chance of rain if the low pressure were to follow the northern pattern. So still uncertainty. We don't know exactly what's going to happen yet. But just know that this is the worst case scenario. And as we head into the weekend, you see Sunday, that rain chances move out into the east, into the New Jersey area, and then eventually that low pressure system will move out into sea. So for Saturday, you can see that pretty cool for our tailgates, only 63 degrees and cloudy, so not the best day. But as we head into tonight, 60 degrees at game time, so definitely bring on that hoodie and sweatshirt, and even potentially that rain jacket, as there is a chance of rain as we go throughout the game. But locally here for tonight, 48 degrees, mostly clear skies, some fog in the area, and very calm winds. And for tomorrow, we can expect a high of 73 degrees. That fog will diminish early, and we have pretty mostly clear skies, pretty much the same as today. In our 7-day forecast, you see fall-like conditions throughout most of it. We are going to be at about average to slightly above average temperatures throughout most of the week. And beginning of the weekend, those clouds move into our area, and then to start the next work week, we even have a chance for more rain. From the Penn State Campus Weather Service, I am Luke Schurler. Have a great night.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Jamie DiBolonia with your sports update. Penn State men's soccer defeated the Maryland Terps for the first time since 2005 with a score of 1-0. Peter Mangione is responsible for the electric goal in the 38th minute of the game. Goalie Chris Shakes earned his third clean sheet of the season between the pipes. This win also signifies head coach Jeff Cook's 50th win as leader of the program. Up next, the Nittany Lions hit the road to face non-conference opponent UNC Greensboro on Saturday, September 23rd at 7 p.m. Iowa will return to Beaver Stadium as Penn State's whiteout opponent for the first time since 2009, as the Nittany Lions announced another primetime game on the 2023 football schedule. This whiteout crowd will set the stage for two of the best defenses in the nation. The last time Penn State and Iowa met was in 2021, where Iowa won 23-20. The Hawkeyes, even when offensively impaired, are difficult to handle. Hopefully we can expect to see Nick Singleton and Katron Allen lead a second-half blitz, just like Saquon Barkley did on a night like this 6 years ago. My prediction, Penn State 31, Iowa 13. That's just me. Moving on, NFL, last week there was lots to talk about following the Vikings Week 3 matchup against the Eagles. Vikings running back Alexander Mattison took to social media on Friday morning to reveal that he received over 60 disgustingly disrespectful messages through his Instagram account that featured racist remarks and death threats. This occurred following Minnesota's 34-28 loss Thursday night. Madison rushed for 28 yards and had a fumble during the first quarter. He also caught 3 of his 6 targets for 11 yards. Madison also wrote, "Under my helmet, I am a human, a father, and a son. This is sick." Looking into Week 4, hopefully things start to look up, especially for the Vikings. That's all for your sports update. After the break, Emma Goldkoff has the latest updates from the entertainment world. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Emma Goldkoff with your entertainment update. A Broadway hit will be coming to the Eisenhower Auditorium this November for its national tour. Come From Away hit the Broadway stage in 2017 after running for 4 years across the country and in Canada. The musical is based on a true story of stranded airplane passengers in Newfoundland in the days after the September 11 attacks and how a small town came together to help. Tickets are now on sale for the event, sponsored by the Center for the Performing Arts at Penn State. The Pop-Up Ave Outdoor Market is making its return to State College this fall after taking a 3-year break. The market made its debut in 2016 but was shut down due to the pandemic in 2020. Around 40 different vendors from across the state are expected to be in attendance. Some of the booths will house jewelry, vintage apparel, artwork, candles, and much more. There will also be live music throughout the day, as well as food and a beer garden. The event is being held from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. on Saturday, September 30th on the 100 block of South Fraser Street. This past Friday, singer and rapper Drake released a single called Slime You Out off of his upcoming album For All the Dogs. Actress Halle Berry isn't too happy about the cover picture. The song, also featuring singer SZA, shows off some cover art of Berry being slimed at the 2012 Kids' Choice Awards. While the song title and the artwork match, Berry was upset that Drake neglected to ask for her permission. She later posted an image on her Instagram that reads, "Sometimes you have to be the bigger guy, even if you're a woman." Berry has shown no interest in taking legal action. That's all for your entertainment update. After the break, interview anchor Lauren Reel will be speaking with Danny Vitale, a Penn State musician and aspiring creator. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Lauren Reel. With me tonight is Danny Vitale, a Penn State student and aspiring creator and artist. Danny, thank you for being here tonight.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited.
So, what year are you here at Penn State?
Sophomore. Well, technically I'm like a second semester sophomore because of credits and stuff, but I'm a second year.
Yeah. So when did you decide to start truly pursuing and dedicating your time towards music?
I mean, it's always been in the family. My dad taught me to play drums since like I could like walk, and yeah. And then like I played saxophone starting in 4th grade, played guitar a little bit, and I just picked it up again recently, but I decided to like start recording music and putting it out there like 8th grade. I started making content like a few months before, so like summer after 7th grade. And then I just made music in 8th grade, and it kind of just like all jumbled together to be like this one creative process that I really enjoy.
So you would say like throughout your entire childhood that you've truly just been pursuing music?
I've always been an entertainer, whether that's, pretending to be a news anchor, pretending to be a famous musician, whatever. So yeah, I've always loved to play pretend and be an actor.
That's truly amazing and so much fun.
Yeah.
So I've heard that you have had some incredible experiences so far and that you have opened for Kid Leroy.
Yeah.
So would you tell me a little bit about that process and what it was like?
It was stressful, but I knew I wanted it badly. I like hung up QR codes around the school. I was posting 3 times a day on every platform. It's like I just really wanted it, and I really just put myself out there, asked people who I didn't know to vote for me and stuff like that. And the person who was in first place had like 10,000 votes because they were cheating, and I was like, all right, well, this is it. And then I called my friend Mike, and I was like, I don't think it's going to happen. Then I checked my email, then I called him again, and I was screaming, and then I ran to my friend's dorm because I had gotten selected. And then I met Leroy, and great guy. Gave him some of my music and stuff, and yeah, just went up on stage, did my thing, and the rest is history.
What was it like being at the BJC in front of that crowd for the first time? Because I don't know, was that the biggest crowd that you've ever performed in front of?
First and only crowd, which is so crazy because my first crowd was a sold-out crowd opening for my favorite artist of all time. So, but I mean, I blacked out on stage, like sober. I wasn't like, but I just kind of forgot that these were people with like opinions and stuff. And I was like, I'm just gonna rock out and do my thing. Like you only have this once. And then I was singing, and then not many people knew my part because I did the remix to it. And I was looking over in the crowd. I saw my brother and my friend in one area, and then my Penn State friends, and my now roommate Chris. He was going bar for bar with my verse, and I was like, all right, it's time to go crazy. And I hit the high note that I was so worried about hitting, and the rest is history.
Do you think that really confirmed your passion to get that experience on stage?
I've always had the passion. I don't think it was ever a doubt. I think it was just like a testament to all my hard work, because I deserved it.
You did, with all the hard work and leading up to that.
Definitely.
It must have been just an incredible and, of course, as you said, just an unreal experience.
Yeah, getting to see my family and holding up the signs and stuff and making them proud, and seeing my sister crying as I came off stage. It was a really surreal thing. It just, I want to make my family proud at the end of the day, so I'm glad I was able to do that.
And you keep mentioning your friends and family, and I'm sure, have they been just a huge support system for you?
I mean, obviously, at the start, it's like, why are you posting this cringy stuff all over the place, But I think now that they see that I'm doing it for more than just like money and fame, I'm really doing it to make a difference and impact people. Like now they see it's more of like a mature decision and more of like a passion thing as opposed to like, oh, I just want attention. I mean, the attention is, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's great, and the recognition is great, but my family and friends, I just want to make them proud, want to pay for my siblings' tuition and buy my parents a shore house, and then I can be cool off that.
Of course, big goals ahead that you are
Enormous.
chasing. That's
Why
amazing.
not? You got to dream. Why not dream big? You know.
And I've seen that you've recently blown up on TikTok with your
haven't
new
blown up, but
release.
getting a little more recognition than usual.
With your new song Penn State.
Yeah.
Could you tell me a little bit about that and your creative process?
I knew I wanted to do something for the school. I was listening to this song called Colorado Boulder by Charlie on a Friday, and I just met him too, which is super cool. But I was like, this is a huge marketing opportunity, and it's a great way to get my name into the system. So I'm super big on social media strategies, and I recorded the song in my dorm, which makes it so much more authentic. I, did all my algorithmic stuff so I can make sure people get into it. It's funny, I was at an apartment, and somebody was open TikTok, and my thing was playing, and I was like, I did that on purpose. Like, there's a method to my madness. You're gonna listen to my music whether you want to or not, and I've gotten some incredible recognition from it, and it's been surreal.
So do you have any new projects coming up, or
Oh yeah.
are you taking a little break after that release?
That's the last thing I'm doing. I always try to just get 1% better every day, so whether that's posting a video, recording some music, stuff like that. But I've just been working hard on new songs, new content, stuff like that, because I'm a creator first and foremost. But at the end of the day, like, I feel like I'm just going crazy. I'm beating my idols. I'm achieving all my dreams. So why would I stop now?
How much of a time commitment would you say it is to, produce your own music, be in charge of your your social media
It sounds
platforms?
a little cliche, but like, it's a lifestyle. Like, this is my whole life, and like, I love doing it. So it's not like, oh, I have to set aside time to do music. It's like, I want to. So like, my whole life, the way I interact with people, the way I produce my content, the way I portray myself, it's all just like not really even for social media. It's just to be the best person I can be and just like be a positive impact and a light in somebody's day. But I mean, I think all the content helps me to become that person. So I guess it's just like a lifestyle. It all is encompassed, and it brings everything together.
That's truly amazing.
Thank you so much.
And who would you say your biggest role model has been throughout this entire process, or someone that you kind of just look up to or have listened to and followed?
Geez, I mean, my dad is probably my biggest influence, my hero. He's the reason I am who I am today. The gentleman I am, and the charismatic guy I am. And I think if it weren't for him, I wouldn't have this personality, and I wouldn't be as outgoing and kind and stuff. So he's definitely like my biggest role model, like, period. But creatively, I think it's so important to take inspiration from everyone and everything around you. That way, you never run out of inspiration. Like, I'm taking inspiration from this. Like, this is my fuel for the next week. But I guess, like, tangibly, like, people who I really look up to, the kid Leroy, Charlie on a Friday, who I just met on FaceTime, which is actually insane. I love Kelly Wakasa, Drake, just like all my friends, my family, my siblings, and everything, everybody and everything.
Well, it seems like you hold very big things for the future.
They're all right.
Would you like to shout out some of your platforms for the people listening in?
Sure. If you want to follow my Instagram, my TikTok, I don't really use Twitter. It's I'm Danny Vitt, so IMDANNYVIT. My YouTube is just Danny Vitale. Danny Vitale on all streaming platforms. It's VITALE. Yeah, you'll see me around. I'll probably pop up on your For You page or something if you're unlucky.
Well, thank you so much, Danny.
Of course.
Well, that's all the time we have for tonight, but thank you for sharing more on your musical and professional endeavors. Up next, Olivia and Brendan will bring the latest news from across the nation. Stay tuned.
Police officers in Providence, Rhode Island shot and killed a driver after chasing him for over 20 miles. They were attempting to arrest him. The passenger, his teenage daughter, was shot in the leg and survived. Police on Thursday unsuccessfully tried to stop Michael Pinto for a motor vehicle violation. On Friday, the police spotted Pinto with the intent to arrest him for avoiding the police. Pinto hit several cars during the car chase while police tried multiple tactics to get him to pull over. The officers involved in the fatal shooting are on administrative leave as both state police and the Attorney General's office investigate the incident.
A former Colorado police officer will be serving 30 months on supervised probation following an incident that inflicted multiple injuries on a woman named Irene Rios Gonzalez. 29-year-old Jordan Stanky was found guilty of reckless endangerment and assault after a freight train crashed into the police car that Rios Gonzalez was waiting in after being placed into custody. The police car was on the tracks. Stanky was charged with 5 counts of reckless endangerment for allegedly putting Rios Gonzalez at risk. Stanky claimed she was not aware that the car was on the tracks. She is expected to lose her peace officer standings and training certification, meaning she could never be a police officer again.
California Governor Gavin Newsom said he plans to sign 2 climate-focused bills into law. These bills are intended to force major corporations and companies to be more transparent about greenhouse gas emissions and the financial risk contributing to global warming. The first bill states that businesses who make more than $1 billion annually will have to disclose their direct greenhouse gas emissions. The second bill requires companies making over $500 million a year to disclose their financial risks to climate change and a plan on how they intend to address those risks. The companies will begin reporting this information in 2026.
A number of protests are on their way for climate change this week. Lining up with the United Nations General Assembly, Climate Change Week kicked off Sunday, and leaders and representatives from across the world are eager to get involved in the action. Secretary General of the United Nations, Antonio Guterres, will address his biggest concern, fossil fuels, which he finds, quote, incompatible with human survival. Guterres will be asking nations to increase their efforts to rid themselves of carbon-based energy. For the U.S., President Biden and other major oil and gas producers have been asked to start their attempt of phasing out these fossil fuels. That concludes our show tonight at PSN News.
Be sure to check us out on Twitter and Facebook at PSN News, on Instagram at Penn State Network News, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/PSN News.
Have a good night and stay safe, Penn State.